ルの家の前で変なやつを見たぜ。
いつからカンバルの家の前に鏡が設置されたの？イメージ変わったかな？何が変わったんだよ、この一瞬に。あ、分け目が逆。
助かった。銃声がしたから小型の顔面。
Ohio, konnichiwa, konbanwa, and welcome back to another episode of the Reanime Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Quan Chu, and back from Antaku is Ben Croft.
Hi.
Also joining us today are your co-hosts that ironically named Aaron Dangerfield and the JRPG queen, Taylor Van Gilder, and our very own Kadama-chan, Forrest Trim.
We're a podcast dedicated to bringing you the latest in anime and gaming news and reviews, at least most of the time. If you're new to the show, thanks for joining us. You can catch this show on YouTube, iTunes and SoundCloud. All these links will be down below in the description, so be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.
To start the show, it's been a while since Taylor and Forrest been on here. So can you guys catch us up what you guys been doing or watching?
Well, I mean, I don't think a week is that long, but mostly I've been working and updating my queue on my anime watching sites. Currently, I finished up everything that I'd watched last season. Of course, Berserk is on my queue. Gakire is on my queue. Feels like it's another orange anime. Followed by World End. What will you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us?
Longest name ever.
I love long name animes. It's great.
It's definitely a light novel.
What actually happens in it? I've seen it, but I'm not sure if it's worth watching or not.
I haven't seen episode 2 yet, so I mean, if you've seen it,
Is the world ending?
Well, how they sum it up in the end, so spoilers are coming up if you haven't watched the first episode. The end of the thing is that after the credits they have a small scene where the main character is back with his three sisters before some type of war, and the sister's like, hey, give me a reason why you want to come back alive, and he gives a reason, but then the narrator at the end, after he gives the reason, says, and then a year later, before his birthday comes, the entire human race was wiped out. Except for him. So, apparently it's all of the human race is gone. But now there are a bunch of, like, centaurs and other beastly type species that are about in different planets. I think different planets anyway. The first episode doesn't go too much into detail, and it's the main character's job to watch over these 5 different weapons that are plot twist little girls.
Yay!
Yay!
Nice.
Okay.
Lolly weapons. How's the world going to
The best kind of weapon.
Lollies.
The best kind of one.
Anyway, after that, I've got Sakura Quest, The Royal Tutor, and Eromanga Sensei, which I think Ben talked about last time.
Talk too much about.
So are you going to follow these series through?
Mm.
Are you just testing them?
Yeah. These are the ones that I'm following through. I've already edited out the ones that I'm not going to be watching.
Okay, cool.
Like, Roommates, I'm not going to watch. There was another one, Seven Proud Sin. I don't remember what it was called.
You call that Sin or something.
Yeah, too much ecchi.
What about Attack on Titan and stuff? You watching that?
I want to watch Attack on Titan. I just haven't touched it yet. It's on my queue, but I haven't touched it yet, so I didn't feel like I could put it on this list yet.
Okay,
cool.
What about you, Taylor?
Well, speaking of Attack on Titan, I've been watching Attack on Titan, and I caught up. So the week I wasn't here, I got all caught up on My Hero Academia and watched all of the first season, so that would be just in time for this new one, and it's real good. And actually, me and Quan and Aaron watched it last night together, and that was actually pretty fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was a good way, because I always forget to watch anime, so that was a good way to watch it all together. Those are both of those have been really good. Attack on Titan's been kind of slow, kind of to start, but I think after this last episode, it's gonna kind of finally ramp up because a lot of it's been the setup for like the actual plot of what's about to go down.
Yeah.
But it's comparatively to My Hero, it hasn't been nearly as interesting. But I think that's going to change pretty soon.
Yeah, it's quite funny that we think it's slow though, considering Quan was saying how it's fast compared to the manga.
Yeah, I think it seems like the manga was more drawn out.
The manga's a lot slower.
Yeah, because the most recent episode, I think I remember reading that scene. I don't want to go too much into detail, but when the Titans were attacking that group of scouts.
People.
Yeah. It took about probably 3 or 4 chapters till we reached the end of that show. So.
And they're really long chapters in Attack on Titan as well. They're like 45 pages or so. So it take a long time to get to that point.
And it's very wordy too. So.
Yeah.
Jeez. I haven't caught up on the second episode, but I've been watching Boruto. That's been really good. It reminds me of really old Naruto episodes.
Yeah, the originals.
Which I really prefer because it was all very lighthearted and not everybody was complete demons. And so that's been kind of fun to watch. I watched the opening of Sakura Quest because I started to watch the episode and then didn't get very far, but the opening song is pretty great. I watched Roommate and I didn't know what it was going to be about. It's a short form anime. It's only like 4 minutes long. And the synopsis for the first episode is you're the manager of this. It's a mansion, is basically what it is. And you go in and you're moving in with these 3 guys and they all have like completely different personalities. And it's weird. It's in first person and it makes you feel kind of uncomfortable the entire time. But because it's only 4 minutes, I'm probably just gonna watch it just to see what happens.
It's in first person?
Yeah, so it's like so it's like they're talking to you. It's weird. I don't know, you guys didn't watch this, but there was an anime kind of like this, and it was called it was on the similar side. It was called
was it called Monaco Mondays?
It was called Pillow Boys.
Oh.
And that was just as uncomfortable to watch, but because it was so short, I was like, I might as well just like do it just to
Was that
see
when
it.
you like pretended they're your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a show that you watched before bed to like soothe you because they would like say nice things to you, and it was weird. It was a weird concept for a show, and each episode the guys got weirder. Mm-hmm. Like the first episode was actually kind of okay, but it was in that show in particular was weird because it didn't have any background noise, like any music or anything. So there was an episode where it was this musical guy. And he was supposed to be playing you this, like, grandiose, like, thing either on the violin or, like, the piano or something, but it was dead silent.
Nope. And
it would just pan around to this guy, and it was maybe the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, no.
But that's a show I guess I'm watching. And then I still haven't seen, Gakure? That show looks really pretty. And you said it was gonna look like it's gonna be like the Orange of this season.
Yeah, it's not not the premise of the Orange, not the premise of the Orange, but it feels like it's Shy Girl meets Shy Boy.
Oh, that's
kind of
I'm
thing.
Okay with that. Orange was real sad, and that's what I've been watching. But I have, besides that, I've been watching much anime because I've been dedicating my entire life to Persona 5, which came out last couple weeks, and that. I think I'm the farthest out of everybody here. I'm on dungeon almost 6, I think.
You're definitely further than me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty far.
Yeah, I'm in like October now.
Yeah, I guess we should mention that 2.5 of us has been playing Persona 5. And I say half because I'm still on dungeon 1, while Ben and Taylor is on dungeon 5 and 6, so I'm really behind.
So I'm not alone in the non-Persona playing people.
No, I'm not playing it either.
You really should.
I do want to play it.
You should play it. It's very good. It's good. It's very story driven, and it's a lot of. It feels like a visual novel sometimes because you're kind of just like clicking through to see what's about to happen next. But
Well, I think it's more than a visual. I wouldn't even call it a visual novel.
it feels that way sometimes, though, just with
Okay.
all the amount of story. But it's so good.
Okay.
It's the story is good even if it's a lot.
It's a lot darker than previous Personas as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. I
Which
made
is
this
good.
comparison a lot where I said playing Persona 5 feels like watching a very dark, gritty anime.
So Persona 5 is more of a dark Persona, or are all
it's definitely
Personas
darker.
dark?
Well, Personas are dark in their own way, but I feel like they've gotten darker as time has went on, and this is definitely the darkest one.
But it's still got that Persona sense of humor that all the others have. That it
It
makes
definitely
it kind
does.
of fun at the same time. Also,
So
The art is
Yeah.
amazing.
and the opening animation was done by the same director who did Yuri on Ice.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
which is really cool.
The entire game is just like, even like the in-between screens are so nice to look at.
Yeah.
Everything about it's so pretty, and I like the battle scene screen is kind of cool because it's very stylized, and every button has like a function instead of going through like scrolling through all your options.
Yeah.
And
it's
the
good.
anime cutscenes were done by
Production,
Production
IG.
Yeah.
IG.
yeah, which is
They look
cool.
really good.
What have they done?
Ghost in the Shell, that little anime.
Hey.
They do Haikyuu, they do Boss. Recently, they do a lot of sports anime actually.
Yeah,
Haikyuu.
some big
Wow.
ones
Yeah.
then.
You can really see the Haikyuu kind of style in the first dungeon as well. There's
Yeah.
this anime cutscene that you can just clearly see. They're using all the skills they used in Haikyuu, which is cool.
Got some volleyball in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a volleyball, of course.
there is a volleyball.
The game is good. Your animal companion's kind of awful.
Damn cat.
He's a cat and he talks, and he's the most annoying thing I think I've ever. Well, apparently, compared to other personas, he's not as annoying. But like, he's so
Yeah,
in this game you can't
comparatively.
do anything at night without your cat being like, "I think you're pretty tired. Don't you think you should go to bed?" And you're like, I want to read a book, or
I
I
want
want
to
to make
go
some
out."
lockpicks. I want to go do something that's not gonna like be super heavy on my mind, like play a video game. And it's like, I think you should go to bed. It's like, I think you should go to bed.
To be fair, that reminded me of Final Fantasy 15 with Ignis. He was always like,
Oh
"Are you
my
sure you want to
God,
go out
we're-
now?"
Oh,
Oh yeah, where he was like,
yeah,
"So
but
it's getting kind of
but you
dark.
can
Don't you think we
ignore
should
Ignis.
stop?"
Yeah,
Yeah, you can ignore Ignis and be like, actually, I think I'll drive us.
So
But
can you not then?
we're
Can you
gonna-
not
it's
ignore the
like-
cat?
No, he's like, at
No.
certain points when you've done certain things that are supposedly tiring, he'll go, "No, you have to go to bed now."
Well, in
You don't have a
previous
choice.
Persona games, it was always been your character actually thinking that, oh, maybe I shouldn't go out. I've been out all night fighting shadows. But
see, I think I'd prefer that. rather than a cat
I think
telling
now
me
the
that I
cat
need to
is
go to
literally
bed.
being a dictator to your sleep schedule.
yeah.
There
It's
is
just
later on
frustrating.
with a social link you can. There's somebody that you can call to give you a massage, so you can go out after going dungeon crawling.
Oh my god!
Which is
I can't wait
actually
for that.
pretty handy.
So the cat is like a more annoying version of Navi then from Link.
Oh yeah,
Zelda.
that's basically what it's
Really?
like.
Yeah.
More annoying? I don't know.
And he hides in your bag, and he's
Hey.
kind of like perverted too, which is kind of
Hey.
annoying.
Hey, listen.
Listen,
Hey,
hey, listen.
Okay, I feel like I have to say that if you didn't play Persona 4, you definitely have it better in Persona 5 because Teddy was a lot worse in Persona 4. So
Yeah,
I
I know- so
honestly
I
think
never-
the cat isn't that bad.
That's what I've heard because I played Persona 3 Portable, didn't play 4, and then jumped into Persona 5, and every friend that I've had that played 4 has been like, "You think Morgana's bad? Teddy was awful." And I'm like, I believe you, and that's why I'll probably never go to that game.
Also, are you playing in the American or the Japanese voices?
I'm playing with the American voices.
American dub is really good.
The American dub is really good. I really like Max Middleman as Ryuji. He's really funny.
Yeah, I went super weeb
It's super weird.
and went for the Japanese version. And they're actually all like quite big actors, anime actors as well.
Yeah.
The main guy is the voice actor who did Lelouch from Code Geass.
Yes. Yes.
Even though he doesn't speak very much, you can tell it's him. Who else have you got? And Ryuji is Rin from Free, which is cool.
Oh, what's his name?
What's his name?
Mamoru. Mamoru.
Mamoru.
Miyano Mamoru. I
Mamoru
think?
Miyano, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's just nice to hear like the odd anime voice that you're used to.
The English dub is actually pretty good.
Is it?
There are some voices that are like background voices that sound really bad, but they're only there for a couple seconds, so you don't notice them. But when I was playing, I was like, man, they just kind of picked somebody to put this in real quick, didn't they? But the main voice cast is really good.
Oh, cool.
And I feel like Persona actually usually has a pretty good English voice cast.
It's always had pretty decent
Yeah,
dubs.
their production value is really good. And speaking of less annoying animals, Aaron, you've been playing a lot of Yooka Laylee. There's a
I
lizard
have.
character in there, right?
Yeah, and his best friend, the bat.
Aww.
They're actually called Yooka and Laylee, which is where the name of the game comes from.
So which one's Yooka?
Yooka is the lizard, and Laylee is the bat. I know they said bird because it's based off the bear and the bird of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Oh.
Yeah, Nintendo 64. So basically what happened was the team members from Rare that made Banjo-Kazooie left the company and started Playtonics because they noticed there was a lack of 3D platformers in the market. And they just wanted to bring it back, really. So they started a Kickstarter campaign and they asked for £170,000 or $220,000, and they got £2 million or $2.6 million from 73,000 backers. So that did very well, and the game took an extra year to come out from what it was supposed to, but it's definitely worth it. And there's been like a mix of reviews for it, really. I mean, like most of the good reviews, most of them are good. Most of the really, really positive ones are from like nostalgia trip people, so people who have bought the game and backed it for Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah, it's been really good. I've played that.
How much did you back it for?
I backed it myself for £15, which was the PS4 code. There was a £10 Steam code option, or £15 PS4 code option. And the most expensive reward that you could get was £5,000, which 2 people got, by the way, which was called Be in the Game, and you voiced a character. So a YouTuber called Verslify or something like that.
Oh, wasn't there
Verlify.
some
Yeah, that
controversy
guy.
with that
Oh.
recently?
Mm.
Because John Tron was supposedly meant to voice a character, wasn't he?
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "We're good."
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
because he did
And
that, like,
He
had
did that
big
thing.
debate about being on the far right, basically, and they
Ooh.
just didn't want him involved anymore.
John
Oh,
Tron
no.
played himself a couple weeks ago. If you haven't kept up,
Yeah.
and it's messy,
Yeah.
and they took him out of the game.
So he was actually in it, was he?
But that doesn't
Is
affect
he-
the game,
he
does
do-
it? So.
Oh, no.
No,
I didn't even know it was happening. But as long as he wasn't like an original voice actor in Banjo-Kazooie, I guess it doesn't affect
No,
it.
he wasn't. He was just a fan, I think.
Yeah. But I'm like, you got quite a lot for this $5,000, really. Not £5,000. Which is apparently 700, that's a lot. $7,850. Which the conversion rate seems a bit odd there for me. I feel like they're charging you more if you're in the US.
Yeah.
That's a lot more.
That's a lot of money.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nearly double. But you got a lot for it. You got the VIP guest attendance at Playtonic launch day. You get to live stream the final game with them, go to dinner with them. You get a customized console signed by the core team, and all of the other rewards. So you get everything else like the actual game. And
Oh,
you get
that's
to voice
cool.
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you
That's
also get merchandise.
yeah, that's a good
too.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
for $5,000.
I would never be able to spend $7,850 on a game.
I would have to really love
No.
a series to be able to spend $7,000
Exactly.
Yeah.
on it.
But I suppose if you're a successful YouTuber, you've got the money, haven't you?
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, of course, it was a
spare.
YouTuber that was able to spend it.
But they apparently they voiced the butterfly piece, like the all health of butterflies, basically. and you collect butterfly cores to increase your health throughout the game. There's one in each level, and he voiced that.
All right.
So every time you pick up a little bit of health, a little butterfly, he goes, ow! And that's apparently the butterfly dying.
Huh?
But that's his voice. But interesting.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So it's very depressing. But it's
out-
a very
it's out
colourful
on the
game,
Switch.
so, it makes up for it.
It's out on the Switch as well, isn't it?
I don't know if it is already.
Is it?
It is definitely coming out on the Switch, yeah.
Because if it is, I'll probably play it on that, to be honest.
Yeah, because
'Cause
it
I mean,
was supposed to come out on the Wii U, but they cancelled that because the Switch came out.
Because I need more than one game, to be honest.
Yeah, so I don't know when that's going to come out.
Yeah,
but
I think it is out on the Switch.
it might come out with
Yooka Laylee's
Mario or
Switch
something.
version will be out as soon as possible, as of
Okay.
March.
so a year.
But it is
So
intended
never.
to be. Well,
Yeah.
it's intended to be on there, but you can get it on Linux, Mac, Windows, PS4, and Xbox in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a really good game, and it's bright, and the music is the same as Banjo-Kazooie. Like all the instruments are the same. It literally is a replication of the game. Replication? No, it's a replica of the game. And it just throws you back straight into the 1990s.
How long did it take you to beat it? Or did you
I haven't
beat
finished it yet.
Oh, you haven't
No.
finished it yet.
So I've played about 10, 15 hours on it. I'm not entirely sure. Around that time anyway.
That's a lot.
And yeah,
Oh,
I thought
so
it was going to
whenever
be way
you-
shorter than that.
and well, I was like trying to taking so long.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize for a while at the start that you have to get like power-ups later on in the levels to come back to the first level and complete it. So I spent like way too many hours trying to do that. But yeah, so I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through. But yeah, it's very, very good. Very cool.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's Banjo-Kazooie. It is Banjo-Kazooie, basically. But that's
It's a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
It is. But it's meant to be the same game, and everybody's happy with it, I think. So yeah.
That's good.
Hey y'all, it's Taylor. If you're enjoying the episode so far and want to keep in the loop with all of our new releases, then you can find us on Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes under Reanimate Podcast. Or you can email us any questions you might have to the reanimatepodcast@gmail.com. Now for round 2.
The new Pokemon movie is coming out, the 20th anniversary, which is also a throwback to the is it the 90s Pokemon?
The
Yeah,
90s?
it came out in
the
94.
anime came out. Yeah, the anime came out.
Yeah,
in-
yeah. So
The
that's a
games
throwback.
and the anime came
Yeah.
out in the
It's literally
90s.
like
So-
99, I think.
99. So yeah, two
Yeah.
throwbacks to the 90s in one podcast. There we go.
I mean, yeah,
so-
we can just subtract 20th from this year. And then
Yeah.
that'll be
So, 97?
97.
That's so
Let
clever.
me do the math.
Yeah. So I wear glasses, but I am blonde. There's my excuse.
But yeah, the Pokemon 20th anniversary movie is retelling Ash's journey from the Indigo League, which is pretty cool because honestly,
Sort of, yeah.
honestly, only the first few seasons has been really good, and then now it's just the same thing over
Ooh,
and over.
Those are fighting words. Where do you think it
Those
starts to
are
drop
fighting
off at?
words. I mean,
Have
Team
you-
Rocket
have you watched
finally
X and
beat
Y?
Ash.
Have you seen Sun and Moon? Because it's so different. It's
Sun and
amazing.
Moon is very good.
Super
It's
good.
very cute.
I ended around Black and White.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I was gonna say, as long as you saw Diamond and Pearl, then you're fine.
Okay.
Diamond and
Yeah,
Pearl is
because-
probably one of the best seasons.
Have you watched any of the Pokemon on Netflix? They've just
the
put
movies?
the new season up. No, the series. They've just put X,
Oh.
Y, Z.
Oh, did they put X and
XYZ?
X and Y on there? Yeah.
Yeah, and the most recent as well, with the Z on the end.
Okay.
The
I mean-
XY series isn't as good to me, but
I've been watching the Pokemon Origin with Red. Those are
Yeah.
really awesome.
that's a good little mini series.
But yeah, just
Hmm.
going back to Indigo League, I think those are my favorite generation of Pokemon, honestly. Gen 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Gen 1 is best. Best Pokemon.
I think the best game though was probably Gold and Silver.
I don't know. I really
Ooh,
like
I-
Emerald. Emerald. Honestly.
Hoenn is very good. My first game was Crystal, which was kind of it was the first game you got to play as a girl. But it was
Yeah.
in the Gold and Silver series of games, and that is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because it's so old, and it was my first game.
It's a really long
it's good
game
for
as well,
nostalgic. It's incredibly long.
which is great.
I haven't played it in a long time, but I remember it being very good. But the thing about this movie is that it's going to focus more on Ho-Oh, which is the big flying Pokemon that Ash sees across the rainbow in the original series.
Mm.
And instead of it being what originally was thought to be his original story, it's going to kind of include new characters. So there's going to be like 2 new traveling companions and then a new rival kind of type character. And I guess it's just, and then there's a character that actually looks a lot like Red, but he's very old, but he has the red hat, and they kind of go to him, and they're kind of searching for Ho-Oh, I guess.
Mm.
And it seems like it's gonna kind of be promotion for perhaps Diamond and Pearl remakes, because it's about time that they get a little remake game, since we recently had Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for Gen 3.
It'd be interesting to see what platform it's going to be on as well, with the Switch being.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because I imagine they'll keep it on the 3DS, but
They're still marketing to the 3DS, yeah.
yeah, I imagine that they might actually maybe do a little. I don't know. When was the last time they
Would it be?
a game on the big screen for Pokemon since the Coliseum games, huh?
Yeah, I think it was just Coliseum.
Not
yeah.
including Pokken Tournament.
And not including Pokemon Snap.
Well, no, the Coliseum games came after those.
Yeah, it was on the GameCube.
Coliseum game. Yeah, the Coliseum games are really good.
Pokken Tournament was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't actually get it myself, but I got to play it in an arcade in Japan, and it was cool.
It's amazing, and
It's
it looks
really
really
cool.
good.
Just going back to Red and Ash.
Mhm.
So what's the theory behind those two? Is Red Ash's father? Dad? Is he?
No, I think
no.
they're just like a separate.
They're two separate,
story,
yeah.
Because I've read some fan theories that like they're connected somehow.
There is.
Well,
I just think that
There's lots
they're
of fan theories about it.
Yeah,
I think they're just the separation between the game and
The game universe and then
TV
the
show.
anime
Yeah.
universe.
it's
Yeah.
2 separate universes, and I hear a lot of like theories on how Professor Oak is actually Ash's dad.
Oh. My favorite theory is that Giovanni is Ash's dad, which I think is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like that one.
That we have gone so far from the 20th anniversary movie.
But the movie is coming out. Movie is coming out next anime season, and it'll get an English dub. All Pokemon stuff typically does, so we'll get to see that.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's listening, catching up on the episodes of Reanime, that would be the summer 2017 season.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, as of right now, it's April. So as of like summer of this year, of 2017, it should be coming out. So look forward to that. I think it's gonna be good regardless. The animation looks amazing.
Yeah, and there's a new Pokemon in it. Is it new? I think I don't play the game, so I don't know.
There's
Marshadow?
Pokemon's.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah.
mention of this new Pokemon Marshadow who actually wasn't in Sun and Moon at all. So he's like completely new. It's like this ghost and fighting type.
Maybe he'll show up in the games eventually. Who knows?
Maybe for the next game on the Switch, maybe.
Maybe.
Dun dun dun.
I think they were supposedly going to call it Pokemon Stars if they do release it.
Oh yeah, like a third type game.
Sun, Moon, and Stars, yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
That's actually pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of long ass animes, anyway, another movie coming out is Fairy Tail's Dragon Cry. Do you know about that one?
Ooh.
'Cause I didn't.
I'll get out of this one because I haven't actually watched Fairy Tail.
See, I love Fairy Tail, but I
spoiler
had no
haven coming
idea.
up.
I had no idea.
So yeah, it's been how long?
Don't worry
7
about
years?
spoiling it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Go
never
ahead.
intend to watch Fairy Tail, so go
Because
on.
I'm not going to watch it, probably.
It's too long.
It's
Yeah.
too long, but it has really excellent magic in there. Like the
Oh, yeah,
effects
it
are
does.
really good.
And
Yeah.
you get. I think the reason it's so like pulls you in so much is because you develop like a bond with each character rather than just the mains. like every single character has a story and a background, and it's
I will
hard not
say
to get involved.
Fairy Tail does fall into the DBZ category of backtracking too. So,
Oh, no.
first 10 minutes are always previously on. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Especially whenever they get deep. Anyway, that's off topic.
It's not a real shonen unless we have to be like, this is what happened last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the anime film, and the anime, I suppose, I'm not sure, is by A1 Pictures in Japan on May 6th, and it's releasing for the Western audiences on May 17th. And it's also announced that anyone who buys a ticket for the film in the first week gets an exclusive storybook from Hiro Mashima.
Oh, does he come to your house?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
He
just
comes to your
knocks on
house
the door.
and personally hands it to you.
Yeah, sings you a little song, you know.
So, do you know if this is going to be open in just major cities or if this is going to be open across theaters worldwide?
I can't tell you.
I would think
I don't know.
probably just major cities. But I'm not
Yeah,
certain.
I mean that's the way
Time will
anime
tell.
movies generally go, isn't it?
Time will
they
tell. We do have
They go
another
where they're
month.
going to get audience. But anyway, it's about dragon, which is a magic artifact, enough power to destroy the world, and then the fairy tale mages get recruited to retrieve the artifact from Animus, which is like the main evil bad guy in this film. But yeah, it was also released and announced in the trailer for the film that the last arc of Fairy Tail the series, which is coming out again next year or the year after, I think, is the Alvarez Empire arc. Which, if you read the manga, you'll know about. Manga.
I am super excited about Fairy Tail finally ending. Like, not because I want it to end, but because it means that there's going to be an end to the series. It's not going to pull One Piece or Naruto.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be a
going.
Detective Conan.
It's gonna be an end to a fairy tale. pretty much.
The thing
Yeah.
is, with Fairy Tail, like in terms of Naruto, the aim was to become Hokage. Like, that was what he was aiming for. To get Sasuke back and become Hokage, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Fairy Tail, I'm pretty sure, like, the initial storyline was he has to find the dragon. What's he called again? Dragon?
No, the initial storyline was Lucy wanted to become part of the guild.
Yeah, but once you're
People
in the guild,
forget
like,
that
so
Lucy
the first
is the main character.
Yeah, but the first episode, it was all about finding the dragon.
Igneel.
Which, Igneel, that's it. It's all about finding him. And, spoiler,
It was kind
Turn off
of
if-
about that. It was
turn off
just
if you don't wanna know.
hinted. That wasn't like it was only towards the
But that was
middle
his aim,
of the
really, wasn't
series,
it? Like,
yeah.
it's constantly, although there's a storyline for the arc, it was always, I have to do this, and then I'll have to find Igneel, I'll have to do this, and then I'll find Igneel, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But now that, spoiler, he's found Igneel, like, what is the point? I don't know what the point of the anime is.
Well, I mean,
I really want to watch it now.
It's mostly been trying to rebuild the guild because the guild was destroyed during the
And-
magic competition.
Oh, it was, they had to throw back the flashback.
and now they're
didn't they?
trying to figure out what Xerath wants with END.
Yeah.
Or were you
That
not
is
paying
it.
attention to that? Because,
I
yeah,
wasn't paying
Xerath,
attention to that.
Xerath
Yeah,
is
now
the
that
big bad.
Xerath's in the picture, there's a lot of happening between Xerath and what was his name?
Not-
Akinolia?
Natsu, yeah. Natsu and
Natsu.
Xerath.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Stuff happens there.
Interesting.
A lot of stuff happens there.
Yeah. But that's going to be interesting with that being the final arc, because that's not the final arc of the manga, is it?
No.
No, the author said that she's writing, I think it's she, that they're writing one more arc, and then that's going to be it.
It's weird that they're
Yeah.
not making it the entire length. Well,
I'm not sure.
So how much money do you think Fairy Tail Dragon Cry will make? Because there is
yeah,
a...
like, it's quite niche, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, I
it-
mean, it's an anime, which makes it niche, but then it's Fairy Tail as well, which probably not everyone.
It's
Which
kind
is,
of
yeah, not everybody's
mainstream
gonna
now.
see.
Fairy Tail is kind of mainstream,
yeah, it's very mainstream.
but not as mainstream as Naruto and Bleach.
I think it's considered one of the like Shonen Jump kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Shonen Jump, right?
It
God,
was
okay.
one of, like, It's one of the bigger, but it wasn't considered one of the big three. Although now that Naruto's
What if the
ended,
big three is dead? Well, Bleach is done too.
two of them are
Bleach,
dead. Now it's
Naruto.
just the big one.
Yeah.
No, just the big one.
It's
The
just
big
One Piece.
The big One Piece. I'm here all week.
Speaking of large fortunes in One Piece, Your Name has reached the international box office, totaling out $331 million, $269,491. I just said dollars twice in one sentence, but it's okay.
It's not
Has
much
anyone
money.
actually seen Your Name here?
I have.
I have. I saw it on my plane.
Ah, I'm jealous. How was it? Not being too spoiler because I do want.
I fell asleep. It was a long plane journey.
How did you fall asleep? Oh my god.
So we have a 1 out of 5 star from Aaron.
No, it was the bit I watched was very good. Although I didn't appreciate the drinking of spit.
Ew! What?
What?
If you've seen it, you know.
Basically, the main character and her sister are shrine maidens. And basically, there's a specific type of sake that's made by using a shrine maiden's spit that's fermented with all the other sake ingredients.
Interesting.
It becomes a plot. It becomes a plot point later on. But,
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
it's a bit
basically,
weird.
it's a bunch of people getting drunk off of Shrine Maiden's innocent spit.
Saliva.
I
yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
And that is Your Name.
And this is supposed to be like, what was it? Spirited Away's successor? Like, I've heard stories about it being as good as Spirited Away.
Well, they're calling the director like the new
Miyazaki. Yeah.
the new Miyazaki, which I
it's-
don't think he's taken very well to.
No, it's Makoto Shinkai. He actually did. He actually spoke a while ago asking people to stop seeing it because he
You're not my real
felt
dad.
that it wasn't good enough, which is strange because it's earned so much.
$331 million.
Yeah,
And
failed.
if you guys don't
Complete
know,
failure.
Makoto Shinkai did 5 centimeters per second and Garden of Word.
Oh, goodness. So
Which
beautiful. Beautiful.
He
Yeah.
does these very beautiful movies.
Yeah.
Like every shot, I think in Your Name could be a really nice wallpaper. It's
That's
it's
it. Yeah, that's
really
how I feel
pretty
about
film.
5 centimeters.
Well, isn't he the one that encourages his crew not to use any computers and hand draws every scene?
Well, they make it digitally, but everything seems more handmade. It's good.
Okay.
It's really nice. But like the whole film really keeps your attention, even though Aaron did fall asleep in it.
We got a 1 out of 5.
It was a
and
long flight. It was a long flight.
So 1 out of 5 stars. What would you give?
Oh, I'd give it a 4.5.
4.5.
What I watched, I'd give like 3.54.
I might have to say it now.
3.54.
3.5 or 4.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, you're getting
A
specific.
3.5, 7,
2,
6,
5, 6, 2, 2.
3.
I give it pi.
I'd give it
3.1426.
But I really recommend you see it.
I think I
If you get
might
a
see it
chance.
now.
What else would
'Cause
you
then-
recommend us watching, Ben?
I'll find my way to it.
Oh, well, coming out, I think it's just come out, is the latest in the Monogatari series. They brought out the third part of the Kizu Monogatari, which is the prequel to Bake Monogatari, where we get a bit more insight into Araragi and meeting Shinobu in the first place, which is a bit more in depth than that. I'm not sure everyone on here has seen all of Monogatari. Who has?
I've seen quite a bit of it, but I haven't seen any of the movies, any of the Kizu Monogatari movies, or any of the other movies.
I watched the premiere episode of one of the latest I guess in the series, and then because it was an hour long, I never watched any of it again.
Oh, you're probably talking about the first episode of Owatari. Monogatari.
Yeah.
I think if you don't like people just talking, Monogatari isn't the series for you. But the Kizu films are a lot more action based. There's a lot more going on.
Would you say that the films are better than the animes?
in terms of production quality, yeah, but I'd probably say it's about the same because the originals are so good. It's got that vibe, but with a film kind of budget look to it, so it's obviously on another level.
Interesting.
Is Kizu still done by Shaft?
Yes, it's still Shaft.
Okay.
And they've actually been working on it since, I think, the second season of Monogatari, so
Yeah,
it's
they've
taken
been
a while.
working on it for a long time. Long time.
Alrighty, guys, that about does it. Thanks for joining us. As always, you can follow and tweet at us at Reanime Podcast. And please check out our YouTube channel for more episodes and other anime and video games related content. Also, the audio version is free to download on iTunes, SoundCloud, and your podcast service of choice. As for me, I'm Quan Chu, and you can find me on YouTube and all the social media as @FunForChu.
I'm Ben, and you can catch me up mainly on Twitter. My handle is _new_mentality. Catch me there.
And I'm Forrest. You can see me on Twitter at FT1051. Really original.
You can catch me pretty much anywhere, especially Twitter on @DangerfieldUK.
I'm Taylor. You can find me basically anywhere at iVulpix, IVULPIX, and sometimes there's an S at the end.
Cool. Alrighty, guys, that about does it. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.